Happy Wednesday. It's the Jam Nation podcast with Jonesy and Amanda.
We continue with our Jam singles. What happens now? Go to wsfm.com.au. Everyone that we've spoken to who wants to be a Jam single, all their information is up there on our website. You can see their pictures. You can hear what kind of people they are. You can see what they're looking for, how love wants to strike them this time. If you think you'd like to match with them, you can do that.
Kitty Flanagan is going to be joining us. She's back on tour, baby.
We're also joined by Jane Barnes. A lot of women power on the show today.
Enjoy the podcast.
Everybody
Right now, by the miracle of recording, we had so many requests for them to do it again.
Mistress Amanda.
Miss Keller. Amanda.
Doesn't work alone.
Wow, this is fantastic.
Her friend is in a back room making the tools of the trade.
I've heard them describe him as a drunken idiot.
Sorry, I've been drinking beer.
The legendary pirate Jonesy and Amanda the actress.
Hello, Wiggles.
Congratulations, Mandy.
We're on the radio right now.
Jonesy and Amanda, you're doing a great job.
You have no empathy for anyone but yourself, you giant tool.
Now's the time to hear good radio.
Sorry, a bit of a tongue twist there.
Jonesy and Amanda are here.
It's showtime, a-holes. We're on the air.
Top of the morning to you, Amanda.
Exciting things today.
Exciting things.
And
There's your
hello.
coffee, by the way. Got
Thank
your little
you.
coffee.
Aren't you kind? Thank you.
Well, I like to feed the beast, as you say.
Oh, I said this morning, is it time to feed the beast? And you said, I don't like it when you say that. I said, I don't think I say it very much. You said I say it all the time.
It's one of your catchphrases.
I'm not aware. You know when you say something, you're aware of it. I'm not aware I've ever said feed the beast before today.
People got catchphrases. You got a few little catchphrases.
Feed the beast is not a catchphrase
Sometimes
of mine.
you'll say, you got to feed the beast, and I'll go,
Meaning I'm hungry.
Yeah, but just sometimes like you might come in after a big night and
How often does that happen?
well, it happens sometimes, and you'll say, I've just got to feed the beast today. And then I always
I don't think I've ever said that.
you do. I just notice these things.
And you said you don't like it when I say it.
It's not that I don't like it, and I never have
You
mentioned
said this
it before.
morning you find it irritating.
Not irritating. It's
That's
like
the word you said.
No, not irritating. It's like people have got catchphrases. Have I got any catchphrases that you?
Yeah, you say, but you once told me that you made up the phrase a bit from column A and a bit from column B. You did not make up that phrase. You're in your 50s. That phrase has been around probably since Shakespeare's
I did a little
time.
bit, a bit from column A and a bit from column B. I might have stolen it from Mad Magazine when I was a kid.
And they stole it because it was part of the English language.
But I don't have any. What I like to do is I like to rotate my phrases. It's like sometimes with the songs at this radio station, how we rotate the songs. Yeah. I rotate my phrases. Like one of my favourites is, at least Ned Kelly wore a mask. If you've been stuck.
And I'm not asking you to build a brick barbecue.
Yeah, exactly. Can you fix it or don't make it your life's work when you ring someone? Don't make it your life's work. That's the inoffensive phrase.
But you say something about doing errands. I never know it. Do you mean errands?
Doing errands.
But why do you say errands?
I don't know.
Do you mean errands?
Errands, errands.
There's no such word as errands.
Errands.
You say, I've got to go and do some errands. And I think, are you saying it ironically? Because the word's errands.
Probably saying it ironically, I've forgotten. Do you know what I mean?
It's like your father saying pulsar instead of the
Dad
pulsar.
used to do it, and he'd say umbilical cord.
But he knows that's not what it was, doesn't he?
I'd say to him, Dad, it's umbilical cord. Why do you say umbilical? And he'd say Nissan Pulsar. I said, why do you say that? Do you do it on purpose?
Well, you were the rands.
Or maybe that's something I picked up from my father. Maybe that's something. Yeah.
Everyone's a winner today.
Is that a catchphrase?
No, this is the real thing. Every caller, this is brilliant for Mother's Day, every caller that gets to air wins a voucher, $150, to the Skin Clinic in Concord for Mother's Day.
How good's that?
Pamper Mum this Mother's Day at the Skin Clinic Concord, here to bring your skin to life. You can get facials, you can get anti-wrinkle treatments. You can get your eyebrows done. They do everything at the Skin Clinic, and everyone that makes it to air gets a $150 voucher.
You can moisturise the beast.
Moisturise the beast, Brendan.
That sounds terrible.
Oh.
That sounds a little bit weird.
Take your skin on an Iran.
Action-packed show today. Kitty Flanagan's going to be joining us. Jane Barnes is going to be joining us.
All the chicks are here.
All the chicks are here, and we can't do anything till we do the Magnificent Seven.
Question 1. What name is given to the New Zealand international rugby team?
Jam
nation.
Podcast.
The Magnificent Seven is here. 7 questions. Can you go all the way and answer all 7 questions correctly? If you do that, Amanda will say,
I've just had it confirmed that the phrase "a bit from column A and a bit from column B" was first used in 1956 at a Chinese restaurant, so not invented by Brendan Jones in any way.
what I said is I got it from a Mad magazine when I was 9 years of age.
You told me that you came up with it.
Curiously, though, it was 2 Chinese guys doing karate. And one guy's saying to the other, you can choose this from column A, ruptured spleen, etc., all the things that you could do there. Or this from column B, broken arm, etc.
And it's probably a joke
about
things you could choose from a Chinese menu.
So in a way, I'm on the ground level of that.
No, Brendan, it was very popular in America. You just read it in a magazine and claimed it was yours. You also claimed that you came up with the term the Shire.
I did. I didn't come up with the term the Shire. I was working. Okay, backstory.
You backtrack everything. You say, I did. Oh, actually, no, I didn't.
What happened was I came from Triple M Brisbane to Triple M Sydney. I was working here, and the boss said, where you grew up in Sydney, where do you come from? And I said, I come from the Shire. And he said, the Shire, what's that? And I said, the Sutherland Shire in Cronulla Way.
What about the Borkham Hills Shire? That's another Shire.
And then Club Veg, remember the veggies, Mel and Vic?
Of course.
They took up on the whole Shire thing, and then they started saying it a lot on the radio. I'm just saying it became, that was like 1999, 98, 99.
Right, we're going to find that this has come from 1956 from a Chinese restaurant.
I'm just saying Club Veg, we're at the ground level of that. I'm not saying I came up with the Shire. The Shires have been around for a long time.
Oh, so now you're saying that you didn't come up with it.
No, I'm just saying I'm in the
such
media.
a
I'm
bull.
I'm an influencer.
But you claim you came up with that you started that.
I started
and then you said yes, but.
I started the popular terminology of it. Because up until then.
How about the popular terminology of piece off?
What are you so cranky for?
I'm not cranky.
Up until then, the Shire didn't really get much of a Guernsey. You know what? When I first came back home to Sydney, I remember running into Georgie Gardner. She was doing the weather at Channel 9. And I said, why don't you put the Shire in the weather map?
And now you're responsible
the weather map,
for
seriously,
that.
the weather map used to finish at La Perouse. This is dead set. Used to finish at La Perouse and go up to the Central Coast. I said, well, where's Cronulla and stuff?
And
Why
you changed the weather map.
I just said at that time the Shire didn't have any representation. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Are you saying you did it?
Sydney was north, east and west, and that was it. There was no south of Botany. I'm just saying I'm on the radio and I work in the Shire, so
So your hands are moving as if you're spinning plates. You're claiming this is you.
I'm not claiming. I'm just saying I was on the ground floor. Okay, I've been doing this for a long time. I've been working in Sydney radio for a long time. So surely I've made some. I almost swore.
That's quite an impact.
Some effing impact. Ronna's in Helensburgh.
I'm not saying you haven't exaggerated those things, but to say you came up with them.
Came up, exaggerated. They go hand in hand.
Hello, Ron. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Ron, you are a winner.
Yeah.
Everyone who makes it to air today gets a $150 voucher to spend at the skin clinic in Concord for Mother's Day. Well done, you.
Thank you.
Question 1. What name is given to the New Zealand international rugby team?
The All Blacks.
That's
the
it.
All Blacks. In The Wizard of Oz, Dorothy lives in what state of the USA?
Kansas.
Question 3. This is a new game called Wrong Speed.
We've got it on the wrong speed.
Jonesy came up with this.
I did, actually.
What song have we sped up?
No, slowed down. Or sped up.
What song is that?
Is it something Paradise?
No.
I think you know the song, but you haven't got the name for it.
It's close. Let's hear it again. It brings back early memories. In my radio career when we used to play records and it would be on the wrong speed. You'd have a record on the wrong speed. I remember once playing Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons on the wrong speed.
How could you tell?
I didn't notice, and the boss rang me and said, do you realise that that's on the wrong speed? And I was looking at the turntables, is it? Because
Was he singing too high or was he singing slow?
He was singing really fast, like diddle-a-ding, diddle-a-ding, diddle-a-ding.
Remember when my dad bought me Pinky and Perky because it said they sing. There's two singing chipmunky pigs, and he saw that they were Beatles songs, and they would. But if I change the speed on the record player,
that sounded
you
like
could
the
hear an
Beatles.
adult singing Beatles songs.
They were simple times.
And now, if we don't know what that song is, we're going to have to move on.
Jam Nation.
Magnificent Seven. We are at question 3. We're playing Wrong Speed.
We've got it on the wrong speed.
What song's this? Let's see if Rosalind in Campbelltown knows. What's the song, Rosalind?
It's Locked Out of Heaven by Bruno Mars.
And also, that's it. You're a winner. Everyone who calls on air today gets a $150 voucher to the Skin Clinic in Concord for Mother's Day. Well
How's
done.
your skin, Rosalind?
Oh, thank you.
What's that, Ryan?
That's the winner sound effect.
Can we hear it again?
It's like a sparkle.
It's not very... I think we need the fanfare.
What about this one?
Everyone's a winner, babe. Ain't that
That's
the truth? Everyone's a winner, babe.
You know.
Ain't that no lie?
You're like Lantana. You're just slowly taking over the world.
At last.
Question 4, Rosalind. Instead of poetry, Disney executives originally wanted Dead Poets Society. It became Dead Poets Society. But originally, they wanted the movie to be about what? Was it A, dancing, B, painting, or C, acting?
I'll take a punt and say acting.
No, it wasn't acting.
Daniel's in Leppington.
Hi, Daniel.
Hello, how are you?
Very well. Everyone's a winner. $150 voucher to the Skin Clinic in Concord. Well done. So instead of Dead Poets Society being about poetry, originally the Disney executives wanted it to be about dancing or painting.
I'm going to say painting.
No, it wasn't painting.
Painting. Kathleen's in Campsie.
Hello, Kathleen.
Hello.
$150 voucher to the Skin Clinic in Concord for you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Pleasure. Instead of poetry, what did the Disney executives...
the Disney people.
The Disney people.
The Disney people.
They said, we want it to be about dancing, painting or acting.
Dancing.
Yeah, they want to be called
Imagine
Sultans of Swing.
Oh, that would
Dreadful.
be dreadful. It would have been
Captain,
like
my
Fame.
captain, would be choreographer, my choreographer.
Brine shrimp sold as novelty aquarium pets are commonly known as what?
Remember these?
Kathleen. On the back of a comic book.
Sea monkeys?
Sea monkeys.
What a con that was.
Question 6. The stirrup supports which part of the body when you're riding a horse?
Feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, your feet. Or if you're at the doctor getting some sort of...
No, we're talking about when you're riding a horse. Thank you.
Sorry, yes. Our treasurer announced the budget last night. What is our treasurer's name?
Oh, man.
First name Jim.
Yeah.
Mints.
Jim Mintz. You think of Chris Minns, our premier.
Jim Mintz. You know, kudos to the Telegraph because their front page this morning, they've got Jimmy
Don't
Brings.
have his name. Oh, Jimmy Brings.
Jimmy Brings, very good. Not Jim Mintz. James.
Oh, I haven't seen him walk.
Does Jim Mintz? James is in Glebe.
Hi, James.
Hello.
James,
Hello.
how's your skin?
Good morning.
James, you're
Happy
getting a
belated birthday.
$150
Yeah,
voucher to
thank
the
you.
Skin Clinic in Concord.
Thank you so much.
What's our treasurer's name?
I know his first name, but
Yeah.
I can't remember his last name. I have to guess it.
I would just guess it.
Can I give you a clue? Let me give you a clue.
Yeah?
If you've got a bracelet with little bits, little symbols on it, that's a something bracelet. That's part of his surname.
Sometimes.
Chalmers, that's it.
Charmer.
Jim Chalmers.
Yeah, Jim Chalmers.
Charm bracelet.
Charm. Some people, I was going to say, sometimes when I'm out, people will say he's a real...
Jim Fool.
Jim Mincer. Congratulations, James. The Jam Pack is coming your way. $150 flowers for everyone voucher. Shop Sydney's freshest Mother's Day flowers and gifts at flowersforeveryone.com.au. A Taronga Zoo Vivid Pass. Wild Lights at Taronga is back for Vivid Sydney. Get your tickets today. And Jonesy and Amanda Carey to choose fit a colour and some Sailor pencils. James, anything you'd like to add to this?
Happy New Year.
Oh.
Well,
it's never too late.
Okay,
I always think that.
It's May, but thank
May
you,
the
James.
11th is the cut-off. You're okay to say it today.
Good on you, James.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
Ready here? Let's go. Did you press the stop button? Oops, my bad.
I'm going to flick through the Jalmanac, a big book of musical facts. On this day in 1986, the Pet Shop Boys went to #1 in the US singles chart with West End Girls. You know the song's iconic bass line, this bit.
Yep. Good synth.
Thank you. It was inspired by a piece of music from a computer game. In an interview, Chris Lowe revealed he was playing a computer game called Jet Set Willy.
Jet Set Willy.
And he came up with the bass line. The game featured a piece of music called Monty on the Run. And Chris was struck by the melody and decided to adapt it to use in West End Girls. Here's the audio from the computer game. It says Monty on the Run. That to me sounds nothing like West End
Let's
Girls.
just get it up there, the other one. Okay, now Willy on the Run. Yeah, I agree with you.
Chris Lowe's obviously on the gear.
He should have been playing Pong.
Well, let's play the song and see how you feel. See how you feel knowing all of this.
Jam Nation. I was just reading about Jenny Craig, how it's gone into administration there.
The Australian and New Zealand operations.
The big American one.
Yeah.
Bit the dust.
Even though they're saying that the Australian one had operated separately, this is what happens when the American one went over, went down. This has happened here too. 5 days ago, they assured the public that, hey, we will continue to operate and support our clients. Now they have gone into administration. Jenny Craig Australia will continue to trade as the administrators, though, investigate their options. Oh, that's hard.
Because Jenny, who were the ambassadors? Matt Preston was on Jenny Craig.
Magda.
Dicko.
Bert Newton.
They
had a few guys, didn't they?
They had a few go, yeah.
And I think Jules from Married at First Sight.
Jules from Married at First Sight. And there would be a lot of pressure being an ambassador for one of those companies.
Well, they're also saying, I think, that because of those weight loss drugs like Ozempic and other ones around, and Jenny Craig was a food provider, I think. She'd provide, or the company provided meals for you. There's lots of other companies now that can provide calorie-controlled meals. There's a lot more competition in the market. It used to be, this is how you overhaul your life, and now people are looking at other ways as well.
Curious what works for you weight loss-wise. I used to be quite heavy, and my weight spiraled up to 120 kilos.
I can't imagine
when I was
that.
in my early 20s. And it took a long time to get back to... I always had this psychological thing to be about under 90 kilos.
Is that what you are now?
I'm 85 at the moment. But I ages ago, they sent me that Weight Watchers, the points diet thing. And the points thing worked for me. Like I kind of like statistics and stuff. So you wrote down the little thing and that worked. And also obviously doing exercise. But it all works. And that was a long time ago.
Me too. I've used Weight Watchers in the past.
And this isn't a plug for Weight Watchers anyway. But the points thing for me, so even now, if I eat bread or something, okay, that's worth 3 points. So it all tallies up in my head now. So that's
interesting.
It's just something that kind of
I had a
works.
crack at Noom last year, which was because I just got to the point where I thought all the normal tricks I do to try and lose weight aren't working.
Yeah.
I just felt I was getting bigger around the middle. And I like, there's a lot of psychology in Noom that appeals to me, so I dip in and out of that now.
It's kind of well-dur, isn't it? Noom, the ads on the telly, when you see it, there's a lady about to embark on a pack of chips. And
it's not well-dur at all.
Well, no, it is. Don't eat a big bag of chips.
No, it's not that at all. It's saying how to get more bang for your buck in calories. So if you're going to have a bowl of... I never used to have porridge at breakfast, for example. I'd have some protein balls, and yet the protein balls rate more highly in terms of calories on Noom than the porridge, because you get more bang for your buck with porridge, and you'll be hungry. You'll be full for longer.
Didn't you one morning have a big fight with Noom?
Of course, I fight with everything. I fight with my watch that tells me to stand up. Why don't you stand up? Why don't you do these hours? Do yoga in the morning. Why don't you crack off?
Another company that bit the dust kind of quietly was BoozeBud. Do you remember BoozeBud?
No, what did they do?
So BoozeBud, they're an Australian online bottle shop, and they would deliver booze to your house. So it's pretty good.
Hard to imagine that going bust.
How could it go bust? Until I used BoozeBud one time. I wanted to go. I thought I was going to test these guys. So I ordered a carton of Melbourne Bitter. And I thought, I'll get a carton of Melbourne Bitter. And that should be great. Anyway, it took 3 days for it to show up.
How? I thought they delivered it like if you needed it for a party
3 days
that
for
afternoon.
it to show up. And then they didn't deliver it to my house because they used Australia Post as their carrier. So the Australia Post guy can't carry the carton of beer down my driveway. So it went back to the post office. So I got the thing in there. So now it's gone 3 days and now another 2 days because I thought I've got to go to the post office. In the meantime, I go past 2 bottle shops to stand in the queue for 30 minutes at the post office to get a carton of warm beer.
It's the opposite of helpful.
And it's the opposite of helpful. And at that point, I thought, I don't think Booze Bud's going to be around for much longer.
No.
So there you go. It's hard being an entrepreneur. What are you going to do? Like, we should come up with something, an idea.
Like what?
I don't know.
Well, no, why would we? This is what we do. Leave the entrepreneuring to other people.
I want to be an entrepreneur. We could have Weight Watchers and Weight Watchers booze, diet drinks, booze.
Diet drinks booze.
Diet drinks booze.
It's a niche market, but see how you go.
And we'll deliver it to your house next week.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation.
Podcast.
So lonely.
No need to feel sad and blue. Let Jonesy and Amanda find love for you.
It's happening for realsies, Jam Singles.
Yeah, we've got a whole lot of entrants. We're putting all of them up on our website, wsfm.com.au. Go and have a look because their photographs are there. You can also learn about them and their past experiences and what they're looking for in relationships and the type of people they are. Go and have a look and see what you think. One of the people who's been really, really popular on the website is the mermaid, Alora.
Of course a mermaid's going to be popular.
She's 31. She says she's in her 30, flirty and thriving years. She wants someone who's fun and outgoing, loving and caring, who loves kids and dogs. She said she gives a heart very easily, though. She's been a bit burned in the past.
We should explain as well, though, she's a professional mermaid. It's not some sort of choice, like, you can be pansexual or identify as this. She doesn't identify as a mermaid.
No, she works as a mermaid, and that's one of the things she's done.
There's been some salty sea dogs. I'll take on that mermaid.
She's not a dugong in disguise.
No.
Let's remind ourselves a little bit about Alora. Would you say you fall in love easily? Are you the kind of person who gives your heart easily?
Yeah, definitely. It's ended me a lot of heartbreak in the past.
Tell us about why you went to Melbourne.
Yes, I met this boy at my best friend's wedding and then moved to Melbourne a month later. Obviously, it didn't work out and I got stuck there for the 2-year Melbourne lockdown. And I've just made my way back to Sydney at the beginning of this year.
Imagine that.
Yeah, so she gives her heart easily and she's very loving, but she's looking for someone who's more sincere with her.
If Laura sounds like your cup of tea or in your wheelhouse.
Or maybe in your ocean.
Either way, go to wsfm.com.au, register your interest. We'll have more of that coming up a bit later on.
Jam Nation.
We're ready for the grab right now.
Who wants some free money?
Instant.
Coin, cash.
Moolah.
I like the sound of that.
Jonesy and Amanda's
You've got 10 questions right here. 60 seconds on the clock. You can pass if you don't know an answer. We'll come back to that question if time permits. 60 seconds is a hell of a long time, but yesterday, maybe not so much. If you get all the questions right, you win $1,000. You can also double down on that.
That's right. So if you get $1,000, and this has happened a few times where we say you can... Do you want to double your money or go away with $1,000? Some people have chosen to go. But if you answer another question correctly, well, we say, do you want to have another crack at it? If you answer another question correctly, you get $2,000. If you get it wrong, nothing.
In the history of this, have we done the $2,000?
Yeah, we've done the $2,000.
It once, haven't we?
Last week you tried to lure someone to take $2,000 and they didn't know the answer. They would have got it wrong.
I just thought that everyone knew that Jimmy Barnes is married to Jane Barnes.
Well, you can't assume there's stuff you don't know that other people know. So
I left school in year 10. I'm not a genius.
Brendan, you can't berate people for what they don't know.
I'm just saying I think I'm the common man of intelligence.
Well, you can't shame people for not doing better in this competition.
Well, I want them to win.
Well, so do we. So do they.
I want Nathan of Cambridge Park to win. Am I being too hard, Nathan?
Hi, Nathan.
Try that one there, Ryan. The other one.
Hi, Nathan. No. Nathan.
No.
What's happening?
Yeah, we got the...
Nathan, not there? Do you want to try Catherine in Randwick?
Well, yeah.
Good morning.
Catherine's
Hi,
there.
Catherine. How are you?
It's too hard for Nathan.
Hey, already you're a winner because every call that gets to air today wins a $150 voucher to the Skin Clinic Concord for Mother's Day.
Winner there, Catherine.
Thank you.
Now, Catherine, we've just gone through all the rules. The main thing to tell you here is if you're not sure, say pass, because if we've got time, we'll come back, because if you get the question wrong, it's all over, okay?
Okay, yep.
All right, Catherine, we've got 60 seconds. We've got 10 questions. Let's see what happens. Good luck, everyone. Catherine, question 1. At which meal do we associate porridge?
Breakfast.
Question 2. In their slogan, who are the fresh food people?
Woolworths.
Question 3. The TV show about Bondi lifeguards is called what?
Bondi Rescue.
Question 4. Which fairy tale princess had famously long hair?
Rapunzel.
Question 5. What year were the Sydney Olympics held?
2000.
Question 6. Twinings tea is from which country?
Oh, pass.
Question 7. Finish this iconic song. Uptown Girl, she's been living in her...
Uptown World.
Question 8. Who is the supreme leader of North Korea?
Oh, Kim Jong-un.
Question 9. Which hit TV show was Meghan Markle famous for?
Suits.
Question 10. Who is still the fastest sprinter in the world?
Usain Bolt.
Question 6. Twinings tea is from which country?
Oh, gosh, I don't know the answer.
Come on.
Quick guess.
Just say
Quick,
country.
say one.
England.
Yes! Oh, Catherine. I thought you were going to run out of gas without saying anything.
Bloody hell, Catherine.
Oh, Catherine, let's all collect our thoughts.
You know,
Now, Catherine, congratulations. You won $1,000.
Thank you. Awesome, thank you.
That's not the end of the thing. If you want to walk away with $1,000, please do.
Yeah.
Or one more question, get it right, you've doubled your money. What do you want to do?
No, I'm going to take the money, please, I think.
Okay.
I'm looking at this question.
Oh, don't do it, Brendan. Don't do it.
I just think.
You said this last time.
Actually, I don't know, Catherine.
Don't listen to him.
Yeah.
I'll take my money, I think.
All
Okay,
right.
take the money.
Catherine, congratulations. You've won $1,000. I'll ask you the question.
Awesome, thank
to
you.
see. No, you have to suffer this now to see if you would have known this. You've got your $1,000.
Yep.
But if you had gone for this, would you have known this? If King Charles and Prince William stepped aside from the throne, who is the next heir in line?
Would have been William, I think.
No.
No, we just said if Charles and William stepped aside. It was George.
Good decision, Catherine.
Good decision, Catherine.
Good decision, you.
$1,000 for you. Well done.
Good Lord, Catherine. Why don't you put us more on the edge of our seats?
Oh, imagine if she'd run out of time.
Just say a country. It's tea. Tea.
Well, it could be, she's probably thinking India, or is it China, or is it... But anyway, you've guessed the right one.
Catherine,
Congratulations.
good work, you.
Jam Nation.
So, federal budget last night. One of the winners are low-income renters. If you're a recipient of rent assistance with no dependents and you don't share your rental home with anyone else, your payment will increase from $157.20 a fortnight to $180.80. Being a renter in this modern market seems to be so hard. There's a story in the paper this morning. This woman is showing off, as a joke, ironically, her $500 a week unit in Sydney. She said, if I don't laugh, I'll cry. This place is so small, she has a mini fridge that she stacks on top of the washing machine in the kitchen. She has a tin of Keen's curry powder holding the sink up because the sink is broken. She says she has to sit sideways on the toilet to have enough leg room. A bathroom mirror is glued onto the window. The wardrobe door doesn't stay open because the apartment was built on a lien. This is a $500 a week unit in Sydney.
That's crazy.
People from other parts of the world just must think, no wonder people are leaving Sydney. This is extraordinary. The rental crisis is dreadful, and renters, you see people all the way around the block trying to, 120 people looking for one place on a weekend. Really, really hard. So let's talk about renting hell. What are the stories that you've seen? How hard is it? What have you ended up having to rent? How much are you having to pay that is outrageous? What's the renting hell stories?
What about your landlord? How are you going with that?
What about your landlord?
I remember when I was renting many years ago, and the landlord, he was in a wheelchair. He was a paraplegic, and he used to be quite sexually provocative to my wife when I was away.
He'd come around.
Yeah, he'd come around and he'd talk to her through the door and say, you seem like a woman of all seasons and things like that. And one time he was talking about how it gets stiff all the time, and Helen is sitting there saying, your leg, it must be terrible, you poor thing. He goes, not my leg. It stands up all the time.
What did you do?
What did she do?
No, I mean, how do you? Did
Helen
you
said,
complain to the rental
I said,
bond board?
I can't go and beat up a guy in a wheelchair.
Yes, you can. Well,
Can you?
don't have to beat him up, but you can go around and say, "Hey,
beat him up.
You don't beat him
If it was
up.
a normal landlord, I would have beat him up.
You can just go around and say, "Hey, don't speak to my wife like that."
Yeah.
You can go to the rental bond board. You could all sorts of things. You don't put up with that. They were different times, weren't they?
Well, I just got a job in Brisbane. So,
Yeah,
I had to move
talk
away.
to my wife however you like because I've just moved here.
I moved to rent away. It
Renting,
resolved itself.
renting hell. What have you got for us? Don't forget, everyone who calls today gets a $150 voucher to the Skin Clinic in Concord for Mother's Day.
Jam Nation.
Podcast. Jonesy and Amanda in the morning. 101.7 WSFM.
Hello there. The tribal drama's beating a rental hell.
What's that?
Let's lynch the landlord man.
Let's lynch the landlord.
Yeah, dead Kennedys.
There you go.
Marina has joined us.
Hi, Marina. What's the rental hell?
Hi, morning.
Hello. And don't forget,
it's a
you're a
friend of-
winner today. Every caller on air gets a $150 voucher to the Skin Clinic in Concord for Mother's Day.
Oh, thank you. It's a friend of mine that it's their daughter. So she's renting a garage that's been converted into an apartment, and it's just got no windows. They put a skylight in, but it's just horrible. Like, I don't know how she does it. And they pay $400, or she does, pays $400 a week. It does include electricity, water, Wi-Fi and that, but it just gets me no windows. It's awful.
So someone's converted a garage and they're being charged $400 a week.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, this is awful. And $400, you know, I saw my first flatmate the other day. We went and had lunch together. We flatted when we were working at Simon Townsend's Wonderworld together all those years ago. And I said, how much was our rent? We had a 2-bedroom place, $45 each, but we were earning about $330 a week each. So our rent didn't take up our entire wage.
Yeah.
These days, I think your rent is almost up to a third or half your wage. How does anyone make it work? A $400 rent. With the cost of living, how is anyone saving anything? How do you pay for holidays? I don't know. It's so hard.
Jam Nation.
Everyone's talking about this lady's $500 studio apartment that she's renting each week, and she's got to put the fridge on top of the dryer.
A mini fridge on top of the dryer. There's roots growing out of the drain. A bathroom mirror is glued onto the window. She sits sideways on the loo. It's the only way she can fit in. This is $500 a week. I misspoke earlier when I said a quarter of Sydney-siders rent or Australians rent. It's actually a third of Australians rent, and we tend to forget about them when we talk about home ownership and all of that kind of stuff. And in Europe, you can rent and have rental assurance for 90 years. We're trapped here because you can be booted out at any time, and people are finding their rents are going up. It's so hard at the moment.
The tribal drama's beating renting hell. Rodney of West Hoxton has joined us. Hello, Rodney.
Good morning, guys. How you going?
Very well. Congratulations. You've got a $150 voucher to spend at the Skin Clinic Concord for Mother's Day.
Oh, fantastic. My wife or my mother will love that.
Lovely. So tell us about your rental hell.
Oh, okay. So, we fortunately we had to rent for about 10 years over a period. Anyway, our last house, I used to be out the front washing the car, and the neighbour would complain that I was using too much water, as well as when my wife was doing the washing for all the kids' clothes and my work clothes, she would complain saying, "Are you washing again?"
The neighbour?
The neighbour?
Yeah, the neighbour, which was the landlord.
Oh, I see. You forgot to mention that bit.
Right.
Oh, no.
That would be terrible. Having the landlord live
next door. That's terrible.
That would be bad times.
Using water again.
Oh,
That's
man.
really hard.
Do you ever go around for dinner or anything like that? Did you hang out?
No.
No. Oh, that's terrible.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
Is it too early for a drink?
Okay, maybe just one.
Bottoms up.
The federal budget was released and there is some relief for low-income renters, apparently, for a single CRA recipient with no dependents who does not share their rental home with anyone else. Their payment would increase from $157.20 a fortnight to $180.
So there's some relief there. We're hearing this morning of this woman who's got a $500 a week unit in Sydney, and it's so small she has to sit sideways on the toilet to have enough leg room. She's got a mini fridge that sits on top of the washing machine in the kitchen. She said tape is holding the roof together. The kitchen bench is broken. The wardrobe door doesn't stay open because the apartment's built on a lean. $500 a week.
The tribal drama's beating renting hell. Sarah has joined us. Hello, Sarah.
Oh, hi, Jonesy. Hi, Amanda.
Hello, Sarah. You're a winner, maybe not in the rental stakes, but you've got a $150 voucher to the Skin Clinic in Concord for Mother's Day.
That's fabulous. Thank you so much.
Now on to your poor renting hell.
Yeah, thank you. My sons aren't able to buy me anything, even if I wanted them to for Mother's Day, because they've both, we've moved them recently back out of home. They had to move back in. I've got a 20-year-old and 22-year-old living or attempting to live independently separately with, and one son is finally found a place after 6 weeks back at home, just, whilst he was looking, was joining those queues and finally found a place just down the road, has to share with a mate because it's $800 a week rent. He's a electrical an electrical apprentice, so that's pretty much his, most of his wage.
Yes.
And then my 22-year-old son is a labourer and tries just to live by himself, and he's paying $700 a week further down the road at Mona Vale. And can they save? I mean, you said them before, Amanda. They can't. They can't save.
No.
They're living pay to pay, and it's really hard.
That's really hard. Well, my son was living on college campus, and he's changed universities now, and he can't live there. So he came home for a chunk of time, and it was driving him crazy. Their independence after having lived outside of home, but there's nowhere for them to rent. He and his friends have just been looking everywhere. It takes months and months and months. And who's going to rent to two idiot young men? I've had to give birth to them. Who's going to rent to them?
The womb's full.
No room at the inn.
Thanks for that, Sarah. Julian's joined us. Hey, Julian.
Yes, good morning.
Hello, you've got a $150 voucher to the Skin Clinic Concord. Well done.
Mate.
Thank you very much.
So what's your rental hell, Julian?
Well, I'm actually homeless, technically. During the pandemic, I moved into a cheap apartment around the outskirts of the CBD because all the prices dropped. But as soon as the pandemic was over, the owners sold the building, kicked everyone out to refurbish the place so they could jack the rents up, obviously. And I've been looking for a place ever since. So I've been homeless ever since. Gee. And that's been about a year. And, being homeless isn't a valid reason to access your super. Interesting. Thank God for Mission Australia. I'm in a halfway house in Ebb's house in Brookvale, and even with the really cheap rent that I get to pay there for one little room, it's still struggling to save for a bond and all that sort of stuff with the cost of living. And throughout this entire time, I have a full-time job. I just can't afford it. And this is the thing that the lady was telling me from Mission Australia. She was like going, years ago it used to be unemployment was the issue that they kept having to help Australians. But now my story of having a job but not being able to have a place is less and less uncommon. It's a common theme now.
So we've got like homeless employed now.
Yeah, I mean, I was literally, there was a period there where I had a job and I was sleeping in my car.
Wow, Julian. And as you say, how are you going to get money together for a bond?
Yeah, it's tough because there's always something that pops up, whether, especially because I need my car for work and just maintaining it, and as well as, cost of living and
petrol.
Stuff. It's just, yeah.
Oh, Julian, what an eye-opener. Thank you for sharing your story.
Julian. Thank you for that.
Wow.
Sobering.
Jam Nation.
Let's go down to the Jonesy Tomato Arms for the pub test. Today, losing weight on Jenny Craig. Does it pass the pub test?
Well, we've heard that Jenny Craig has gone into administration, the Australia-New Zealand companies. We knew that the American company had gone under. Australia was still trying to trade their way through it, but now they've gone under as well, saying that they can't stay solvent, I'm guessing, while the American company has collapsed. They say they will continue to trade while administrators investigate options. Looking at the history of Jenny Craig, I mean, the nature of weight loss has changed now with weight loss drugs and things also. It used to be eat well, exercise, you'll lose weight.
But now that Ozempic thing, or Ozempic.
Not just that, there's a lot of food delivery services that do calorie-controlled meals as well. And
we're more nutritionally aware these days. In the 80s, we were really nutritionally aware.
In the 80s, we ate a lot less than we do now.
I don't know. know about
Yeah,
that.
I think we do.
Well, there's some people, but do you know what I mean? Like in the 80s, I would have eaten a ton of bread and not thought about the consequences of it.
Yeah, maybe. But looking at some of the celebrity ambassadors, how successful has Jenny Craig been? Magda was one of the ambassadors. She has stepped away from that. Barry Humphries shed 15 kilos in 2012.
As Dame Edna.
Yeah, but I think that might have come back. Matt Preston, he was actually in a legal battle with Jenny Craig and Channel 10 because Channel 10, quite rightly, said, I don't know how you can be a food critic on MasterChef and have food delivered from Jenny Craig.
Yeah, good point.
I know Jules from Maths and Casey Donovan, they've had success. Dicko,
Casey looks good.
Dicko's did it. Remember and then he put it all back on saying he likes being as fat as butter.
In fact, I don't think Dicko lost 1 ounce of weight.
Didn't he?
The only time he lost weight is when he went on the Jungle Show.
And famously, Mel B, she lost the baby
weight.
And kept it off. But Jenny Craig, as a system, has it worked for you? That's what we're wondering about.
Does it pass the pub test?
Does it pass the pub test, Jenny Craig?
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation.
Podcast.
Our next guest is one of Australia's best-loved comedians, the star of one of our favourite TV shows, Fisk. But she's realised there's still more work to be done. So she's got some shows coming up back where she belongs on the stage. Kitty Flanagan, hello.
There she is.
Good morning.
It's good to see you in the flesh.
Favourite radio station.
You say that to everyone.
I actually don't.
That's very kind of you. So, but you probably don't get to hear us much unless you listen on iHeartRadio because you don't live in Sydney anymore.
No, I moved to Melbourne, which was such a great thing to do because I thought about it for 10 years, discussed it with my sister, said we're going to see each other all the time. It won't matter, we're always on tour. So Feb 2020, pulled the pin and moved to Melbourne.
So let me just do the maths. Feb 2020.
Let's work out what was happening in Feb 2020. Oh, that's right. Yeah. I moved to Melbourne just in time for all 7 of Dan Andrews' lockdowns.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And I think I became a true Melburnian when I was down there because I developed such a hatred for you people up here in Sydney, swanning around your harbour city with your masks down around your chins going, oh, it's really bad, this pandemic, isn't it? It's like, shut up, you don't know.
Oh, we got our own in the end, though. I think we had a big, long one at the end, as it were.
We had 7. Shut up. Yeah. We were the pariahs of the nation. None of you would let us in. We're like the dirty Victorians. But no, it's been terrific. It's just that thing of moving cities and setting up your infrastructure again.
And just staying home. And coming back to the stage, how long is it since you've done a show?
We've sort of, I think when did things open up again? We started getting back out there and the only really good thing about having the time off was that everybody had the time off. Because the thing with comedy is it's like sport. You've got to keep practicing it or you get rubbish at it. So you do have to keep doing it. And so if I'd dropped out for 2.5 years and everyone else had kept going, then I really would have been left behind. But because everybody had to stop, it was a bit of a level playing field when everyone came back.
Great. And when you went back on stage for the first time after all that time, how did it feel?
Horrific. I mean, I was excited to be back up there, but I was nervous again like an open micer, just going, I've forgotten how to do it. Yeah. I was taking notes on stage. And for about the first 20 shows, just in little clubs and stuff, I'd be taking notes up there and going, oh, this is my first show back, everyone, be nice. You know, and eventually I went, you know what, they're not going to believe you a year after it if you keep saying, this is my first show back, everyone. So I had to just ditch the notes. But yeah, it was really interesting how you can get to not being on the stage and not having that kind of...
Because it's like exercising a muscle, I imagine, having the bravado to stand up there.
Yeah, and I just, you'd lost all your confidence and you're back up there going, I've forgotten. I don't know what's funny anymore. I don't know. So, yeah, it was... but so fun as well. The audiences, I think, were probably the nicest they could ever be because they were excited too.
They were very receptive.
Yeah. They were so excited to be back out and seeing stuff. So it was kind of just a good mood. Everyone sort of helped us back on our feet, I think. It was really nice.
And that's what happened with the Logies. When the Logies came back,
all the
cynicism went, and everyone went, well, we're just happy to be out.
Yes.
And with Fisk, I love the show, but I love your character. I can so relate to her that she just wants to wear the same clothes every single day. She has a love of soup. She doesn't stay up late. She is my spirit animal.
Yeah, well, the suit thing, everyone says to me, oh, if you do another series, will you change the suit? It's like, no, I quite like it. Yeah. And also, I'm lazy. Like, in my real life, I'd like to wear the same thing every day. But also, when you're on a set, like we just filmed another series of Utopia, and when I play Rhonda, I have to put Spanx on and I have to change 5 times a day to, for different scenes and different days within the show. And I just went, I'm not doing that on my own show. I'm just going to wear one thing all day forever.
And have your own hair.
Have my own hair.
I find watching Utopia these days, it feels like it's just real life now.
Oh, a lot of people can't watch it because they say it's a documentary.
It's like what Frontline did to a current affairs TV. They've done it again.
Yeah, it's very funny.
So what sort of things are you going to be doing on stage? What's your fodder?
Look, apologies to my mum, but I am talking about my mum at the moment on the stage. She's given me a lot of material. Very lucky to still have my mum. She's 78, but in good nick, still playing all the sports, getting out there. She's all there, totally compos mentis.
You'll still mock her, though, by the sound of it.
Look, she's totally compos mentis 90% of the time.
Right.
I like to say 90% of the time there's a sensible little lady up there operating things. 10% of the time there's a monkey in charge. And look out when Coco's there. You don't know what's going to happen.
What sports does she play?
She plays golf.
Yep.
And I've just taken up golf myself. So, she's finally got me out on the course. So I played with her and her lady friends the other day. And my God, it was difficult to keep up. Those women play at a cracking pace.
Well, she'd be better than you, wouldn't she?
So much better. All of them. I played with, one woman was 80, another one was 75, and they were motoring around that course. I mean, it's a real advertisement. Keep moving, people. Keep moving.
Yeah.
Don't they say that golf shows you the worst parts of your personality? It's the worst parts of you thrown in your face.
Oh, yeah. I guess maybe I took it up at an age where I kind of don't care. Like, I think I tried it when I was younger and found it is very frustrating, but I sort of don't care. I see people out there swearing and throwing their clubs. It's like, what did you think was going to happen? It's a tiny ball you're trying to hit with a stick. I mean, come on. What else is going to happen? Of course you're going to miss it. It's a ridiculous thing to be doing.
You might as well take up sex.
Yeah.
Well, Kitty, it's always great to talk to you.
Curious from Jonesy to finish on there. Get it in the whole life.
Okay. I was just trying to get there. Kitty is at the Rosalind Packer Theatre until May 14th. She's also at the Enmore. The Enmore is a great place. You'll kill the Enmore.
We still have some tickets available for Enmore. I think the Ros Packer is sold out, but we're having a wonderful time there.
Enmore's the 18th and the 20th. Fantastic.
Yeah,
Good
looking
work.
forward to that.
Kitty, it's great to see you again. We miss you. Sydney's poorer that you're not here.
Well, I'm loving it. I'm back and I'm loving it.
Jam Nation. We're not gonna take it. I want you to get up right now. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Go to your windows, open them, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell. I'm not gonna take this anymore.
With the news that Jenny Craig Australia appointed voluntary administrators in hopes of avoiding collapse, today's pub test losing weight on Jenny Craig. Does it pass the pub
test? There have been many famous ambassadors who haven't been able to maintain their weight loss. Has it worked for you? Jenny Craig, does it pass the pub test?
No, it doesn't. I went there years ago. Sad when any business collapses, but no, it didn't work for me then. So I went to Weight Watchers and it's helped me mentally and physically.
No, I don't think it does. You can manage it yourself with exercise and a decent diet. It's just way too expensive.
It does not pass the pub test. My wife went on Jenny Craig and she was on it for a little while. When people ask how much did you lose, the stock answer was $300. Waste of time.
I don't believe it does. It's just far too expensive and it never comes out like the pictures look like.
Well, let's just say the people on Jenny Craig are probably going to lose weight stressing out where they're going to get their next meal from.
Because she used to provide, or Jenny Craig would provide the meals for you.
What did Jenny look like?
Was she a real person? Maybe initially she was.
I think she's a real person. She's from Australia, wasn't she? And then she went over to America.
Did she?
I'm pretty sure Jenny Craig was from Australia.
Well, Ryan's Googling away. We'll have that information.
I'm pretty sure she was from Australia and then took it over to the US of A.
What do you reckon, Ryan?
Brunette.
Yeah, she's a real person.
Okay. That's her.
Yeah, there I am.
Okay. Well, there you go.
There you go.
Well, we dealt with this earlier. We were talking about renting hell, how hard it is for people and how much it costs and how hard it is to get a decent place.
Yep.
Your stories have really shocked us. What about Julian, who has a job and has been homeless because he can't afford the bond?
The new term, homeless unemployed. Homeless employed is a thing.
Lots of people wanted to share their stories, so I'm going to take more next.
Jam Nation podcast.
And we've been talking tribal drum-wise about rent hell.
There was a story this morning about a woman who is paying $500 a week to live in a studio apartment, I think it is. And she said she has to sit sideways on the loo because there's no leg room. The She's got a mini fridge that she puts on top of the washing machine in the kitchen. The roof is held on with tape. It just sounds horrible. She's paying $500 a week. As I said earlier, my first flatmate and I know this was over, it's probably 40 years ago, but we paid $45 each for a 2-bedroom place, and we were earning maybe $320 a week. That percentage was okay. We could go out and have fun, and if we wanted to save, we could. Now, imagine paying $500 a week for rent. How do you afford that on today's wages and still have a standard of living or save or pay for bond, as we're hearing, pay for a deposit? How does it happen?
Carol has joined us. Hello, Carol.
Hi, Jonesy. Hi, Amanda.
Hi, Carol. What's the renting hell?
The renting hell, a one-bedroom apartment in Maroubra. My daughter recently saw advertised and had a look at for $800.
One bedroom.
How can one person possibly afford $800 a week, a young person?
Yeah.
In comparison, our first unit that we rented in about 1980 was $42.50, and luckily there was 2 of us there. But in comparison to today's, they just can't afford to live.
Jeepers.
And what would you get for $800 a week?
Just a one-bedroom, small kitchen, living, dining, all in one area. It's got a bathroom, but that's it, yeah.
Wow.
And you make a good point, Carol. I remember I came back to Sydney from Brisbane and we rented in Oyster Bay, a house on the water. It was $340 a week.
But it's all
4-bedroom house on the water. It was a tidal waterfront, but it's still $340 a week.
But of course, things are going to be more expensive now than then. But it's the comparison to what your wage was.
But proportionately,
how do you afford $800 a week on today's wages? How does that happen?
Very disproportionate compared to back then to now.
Hello, Tony. How are you?
Hi, guys.
I forgot to mention, every caller that gets to air today wins a $150 voucher to the Skin Clinic Concord for Mother's Day.
Yay,
so
Tony.
that's the good news. Tony, you're a landlord.
Yes.
So tell us your story then.
Well, look, interest rates have gone up 11 times in the last year. My rent doesn't cover my repayments, doesn't even cover the interest. So we're forced to raise our rents just to make ends meet. I'm looking at selling the property because I can't afford to keep it.
And if you sell it, then there's the whole capital gains thing as well.
But you're making a good point that with the interest rates going up, a lot of landlords are going to go under.
Yeah. Maintain the property, you have to pay interest, rates, insurances, all comes out of the rent. Then we pay tax on the rent, and it's just ridiculous. And $500 a week out, I get $500 a week out of rent in Penrith. So it's not a lot of money. So people that are paying big dollars out the water on the seaside, it's their own choice. Where you can get properties out west for $450 a week, no problems.
Yeah, so you make.
Well, how much? Like, well. What place have you got, Tony?
I've got a house in Blacktown. It's a 3-bedroom and a 600 square metre block.
Yep.
Nice and tidy, a big kitchen, and so there's choices out there.
So how much is the rent for that? How much is rent for your place at Blacktown?
$450 a week.
That's pretty good
for a 3-bedroom house, as opposed to $800 in Maroubra for 1 bedroom.
I mean, you're right, Tony, it's about the area. Like when I was a kid, we couldn't even afford to live in Sydney. We went to Wollongong and went to Brisbane. We bought our first house in Brisbane.
Well, people are still leaving Sydney now because they just can't afford to live here. Thank you, Tony. Interesting to hear it from the other perspective.
Thank you for all your calls.
Jam Nation.
The Jane Barnes Band got its start as a family project when lockdown began in 2020. And the Barnes family wanted to reach out to people who were struggling with isolation and to let them know they weren't alone. So they sang Dolly Parton, the Beatles, John Denver, sometimes some Cold Chisel. Before they knew it, the Jane Barnes Band had taken flight. And with all those lounge rooms, bedrooms and veranda shows under her belt, Jane's decided to take the show on the road. She joins us now. Jane Barnes, hello.
Good morning.
And we got Jimmy. Jimmy was setting up the Zoom chat here, and he's done a good job. But now he's buggered off because we want to talk to the star of the show.
I'm such a Luddite. If anything goes wrong, I don't know.
I'm technical assistant.
Meet my singer.
And technician.
And we call him the hip-hop guy now.
Well, that's right. Quite
There's
literally.
a club.
So, Jane, who's in the band? Tell us what the Jane Barnes Band is.
Okay. The core band, I have 2 wonderful singers. I've got Mahalia Barnes, Judy Barnes.
Yep.
I've got...
Never heard of him.
Up and coming young fella. Ben Rogers, who's married to Mahalia, and a guitar player, Danny Spencer, who plays with Jimmy, with Richard Clapton.
Yep.
There's Lachlan Doley, one of the amazing Doley brothers, who's on keys, and Jackie, who's insists on coming.
Yeah.
We won't let him have a drum kit because they're only small shows, but he's on cajon.
All right.
What's a cajon? What's the cajon?
I knew you would like that word.
Yes.
It sounds like, well, I didn't quite know what it was, but it's sort of like a box that you sit on. Is it that you sit on? And it's got pedals and it's sort of
I've seen that.
Yes, I've seen
a little drum kit, but on a box.
Yeah.
Gotcha. When you first started with the band and you're on guitar and singing, this wasn't your forte, was it? You're self-taught, but you've learned such a skill set.
Well, we were all locked down like everybody else, and I thought, well, my family, they need to have music going into them, coming out of them, and they're just all about music. And my brother-in-law, Diesel, sent me up a guitar, and guitars are hard to learn in that they hurt your fingers when you have to press down on the strings. But he had it specially set up so it was lighter strings and easier for me to play.
How does it go for you, Jane? Because for years you were on the periphery. Jimmy's always on the stage and he's getting all the glory and all that sort of stuff. Now you're on the stage, you're doing this. Does it give you more appreciation for what Jimmy did? Or does?
Well, we'll see what happens because both Jimmy and Mahalia are pretty much used to being in control of their stages. So
that's debatable.
Well, Jane, it's always great to talk to you. And Jimmy in the background there. The Jane Barnes Band is going on tour. For tickets, go to jimmybarnes.com/tour dates and you'll have them. It's all happening.
We might see you guys.
We'll
will
be there. Of course
definitely
we'll
see
be
us
there. We'll be
there.
front and centre. Jane, thank you. Say goodbye to
Thanks,
Jimmy for if he's around still.
Bye, Jimmy.
Bye.
See you guys.
Have a fun.
Lots of love.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
I'm so lonely, so lonely.
No need to feel sad and blue. Let Jonesy and Amanda find love for you.
We've taken Jam Singles to the next level.
All our contestants are now up on our website, wsfm.com.au. You can see their photos, you can hear their stories, you can hear the kind of people that they'd like to be matched with. And if you're interested, you can register your interest.
Indeed.
We spoke to the mermaid. She's a professional mermaid. She doesn't identify as a mermaid or anything like
That's
that.
a thing now. I identify as a mermaid.
But she doesn't. She just works as a professional mermaid amongst other things.
We've had a lot of sea captains. Arr. I hear she's got a mermaid.
I hear you got a dugong in a swimming costume. Her name is Allura. She's 31 years old. She's in her 30 flirty and thriving years, she said.
30's great, isn't it?
30's a great years.
I love it. I've been 30.
Loved it.
Living the dream.
Allura, though, says that she gives her heart very easily, maybe too easily.
Would you say you fall in love easily? Are you the kind of person who gives your heart easily?
Yeah, definitely. Ended me a lot of heartbreak in the past.
Tell us about why you went to Melbourne.
Yes, I met this boy at my best friend's wedding and then moved to Melbourne a month later. Obviously, it didn't work out and I got stuck there for the 2-year Melbourne lockdown.
And
I've just made my way back to Sydney at the beginning of this year.
And they had to live in the same place, even though they were split up.
Yeah.
Awkward.
Yeah, after a month of having known him.
Eek.
But a lot of people have expressed interest in Allura. So have a look at all of our contestants. I said male
Not
and
just
female.
sea captains.
No, they're all up there. So if you're interested in someone, let them know.
WSFM.com.au.
Jam Nation.
Always like watching the news at night just to get my intake of news.
Yeah, you've got nothing to say about the budget, so I don't know how much news
the budget was kind of boring, really. Really. And has the budget ever affected you in your life?
Very much so. The budget will affect a lot of people in terms of relief for rent.
I'm not
and
being dismissive of the budget, but
fuel prices and stuff.
In my life, I've gone from making no money to good money, and then and again, like returning around.
Sure.
In my time, it's never actually. I've ever gone. You know what? I've actually benefited out of this budget.
But I think
in
this
my
time,
life.
low-income earners will have to pay
But I mean,
less to go to the doctor.
And that's good.
It is good.
I'm not being some guy that's dismissive of all this. Just make that clear.
But when you watch the news, what do you look out for different things?
Oh, I like quirky stories. You know I
You
love a
do
good quirky
very
story.
much.
What about the guy that was car surfing in Sydney traffic?
Missed it.
Sit back and
A
enjoy.
moment of madness, car surfing during peak hour on the Horsley Drive in Fairfield. The video, which was posted on social media by stunned motorists, prompted a police investigation. It's alleged it was this man, Elijah Freelander, standing on top of the vehicle, the 28-year-old leaving Fairfield local court.
Why'd you jump on the roof?
Your life burns faster! Obey your master!
Leaving the courthouse shouting words to the popular Metallica song.
Master of Puppets is pulling the strings! Twisting your mind and crushing your dreams!
Police allege his father, Gregory Freelander, was behind the wheel. The 67-year-old today pleading not guilty to 2 charges, including driving with a passenger with no seatbelt.
Must be a very slow news day, that's my comment.
You know, I think a guy car surfing in Sydney traffic while singing Metallica songs outside a courthouse while his dad was driving that car is pretty much newsworthy.
Interesting that he got charged with the passenger not having a seatbelt on. When you're on the roof, you don't have your seatbelt on.
But I feel sorry for that guy. The dad is 67. He's got an adult son.
But he shouldn't let him be on the roof.
No, but it's got to that point. This is where we are in our lives, that your adult children, you know what, Dad, can I get on the roof of the car and be a nut? And you go, yeah, okay, mate, sure. Just, sure, do what you want. Do what you want. But, it's simple times, I guess.
You know who? Well, if you can get fined for someone being on the roof of your car, you know who should watch out?
Who?
These people.
Listen to my story about a
Granny was up there constantly in a rocking chair. Hugely hazardous.
That's true.
No seatbelt, nothing.
They should have gone with the Beverly Hills defence.
Yeah.
They drove clear across the country.
Didn't they
From the
just?
oil fields to Beverly Hills with Granny on the roof. They didn't even have her tied down. Nothing to see here.
Jam Nation.
WSFM's 50K 10-2-4 payday.
All right. What about the 10-2-4 payday? How much are you digging that?
Oh, I'm digging it, Brendan.
I kind of get the spirit of 80s DJ when I hear that voiceover.
Well, we've got Kerry. Hello, Kerry.
Hello, how are you guys?
Very well. You're
How's things
already
in
a
Carlton?
winner.
At Carlton, yes, I am.
Yep.
You're already a winner, Kerry. Every caller that gets to air today wins a $150 voucher to the Skin Clinic Concord for Mother's Day.
Oh, woohoo! How good.
Sorry,
Thank you.
Kerry, I was just asking some small chat at how you were in Carlton, and then we just got our
Oh, I
wires.
am absolutely
Good.
I am great, but I'm cold.
It's a bit chilly. Don't roll your eyes, Amanda. This is just small chat.
I know. But
Because
Kerry
it leads to the big stuff.
Kerry wants to know if she's won $1,000. Now, Kerry, you can get $1,000 if you know the songs we played at 10, 2 and at 4 yesterday. So what's the one at 10?
So the one at 10 was Hall & Oates, Out of Touch.
Yep.
Amanda's out of touch with the mood this morning.
What did we play at 2 o'clock?
Phil Collins, Can't Hurry Love.
Oh, got a bit of a sing-along. And how about at 4 o'clock?
And that was Bad Medicine,
Yeah.
Bon Jovi.
Everyone sing it. Bad medicine.
Kerry, you have $1,000. Well done.
Oh, you guys are the best. Thank you so much. What a great Mother's Day present.
Absolutely, Kerry. So that's all you have to do is listen to the songs played at 10, 2 and at 4, and we'll give away $1,000 tomorrow.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
Everybody shout. Come on now, sing out. It's time for the Ghoulies get together.
You can win $20,000 cash just for being our favourite Ghoulie of the year, thanks to Heron Forbes Machinery House.
Your one-stop machinery shop.
Just download the iHeartRadio app, go to WSFM, press the microphone, record your Ghoulie.
What do we got?
You know what gets my ghoulies is people that can't drive. Why, when you're turning a corner, do you have to swing wide? I mean, are you towing a caravan? Are you a bus? No, you're in a normal-sized car. You don't have to swing wide into the other lane and almost hit someone. That's what gets my ghoulies.
I like her voice.
I was just thinking the same thing. It's quite
I really
soothing.
like. I could listen to like a tape of that.
Yeah, that'd help me nod off. In a good way.
Not when you're driving your car.
What else have we got?
Hi, Jonesy and Amanda. Do you know what gets my ghoulies? When you're watching the news or listening to the radio and it's all about allegedly. The car was allegedly stolen. I think it was stolen, not allegedly. Or is my phone call allegedly a phone call? Allegedly. That gets my ghoulies.
I think you'll find it's a legal requirement that if you've been charged but not, if you've been arrested but not charged, it's allegedly.
Allegedly has saved our bacon many times.
Yeah, allegedly. Until you're charged, it is allegedly.
So you can say whatever you want, really, as long as you put allegedly.
Well,
allegedly, you're a fool.
Allegedly.
There's nothing alleged about that. I'm putting it as a statement of fact.
All right.
Your Honour.
Well, feel free to give us a ghoulie. Download the iHeartRadio app, go to WSFM, press the microphone, record your ghoulie.
It's 6 to 9.
Our favourite caller email or Facebook friend wins $500 to spend at Hotel Mossman, serving the best schnitzels in town, a full menu until midnight, 7 days a week.
You get the Jonesy and Amanda tea towel and 18th birthday key ring as well.
What an insight. We were talking today about how hard it is for people who are renting. A third of Australians rent, and yet we still talk about the Australian dream and everyone getting a mortgage and interest rates. It's so tough for renters at the moment. The tribal drum was beating for rental hell. We were stunned at the story that Julian from Brookvale had to tell.
I'm actually homeless, technically. During the pandemic, I moved into a cheap apartment around the outskirts of the CBD because all the prices dropped. But as soon as the pandemic was over, the owners sold the building, kicked everyone out to refurbish the place so they could jack the rents up, obviously. And I've been looking for a place ever since. So I've been homeless ever since. Gee. And that's been about a year. And, you know, being homeless isn't a valid reason to access your super. Interesting. And thank God for Mission Australia. I'm in a halfway house in Eb's house in Brookvale. Even with the really cheap rent that I get to pay there for, you know, one little room, they're still struggling to save for a bond and all that sort of stuff.
And now we have the term homeless employed.
He has a job and he still can't afford to rent in Sydney. Yeah. Outrageous.
At least he'll be getting the best schnitzel in town.
Absolutely.
Righto, you two. That's enough.
Ugly Phil's up next with a 50K 10-2-4 payday.
We'll be back from 6 o'clock tonight for Jam Nation.
See you then.
Good day to you.
Well, thank God that's over.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Wipe the tears, baby, from your eye.
Catch Jonesy and Amanda's podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Goodbye.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation
Podcast. Catch up on what you've missed on the free iHeartRadio app.